Catching the Ray morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hazy on Nova.
Last night. Didn't Pink just rock out at Adelaide Oval? Jodes, you were there. Give us a review. How was it? Take us through every second.
I was there until I wasn't. Okay, so we arrived probably just as Tones and I was, she was asking for some help from the crowd just to say, hey, there's a few people who were heat affected up the front. Yep. And just reading on the Tizer website now, quite a few people, it seemed, struggled with the heat last night because it was still 30-odd degrees at around 9 o'clock. So got there, caught a little bit of Tones and I, but I took my 10-year-old who was really excited, and it was a bit of a paper, rock, scissors situation in our household as to who got to go to Pink. Yeah. And Greg Oldie unfortunately missed out because Summer wanted to go and her cousin wanted to go. So we arrived and it was so busy and so hectic that she got like super overwhelmed. Like she sort of got really claustrophobic because of the sheer volume of people. Yeah. And so we got to, we were just in the general admission area and she sort of laid on the seats and I said, babe, what do you want to do? And she goes, I just want to go home. Yeah. So we, unfortunately had to jump in a cab and head home straight away, so I didn't see any of Pink.
Yeah, wow, okay. Well, two things. Firstly, to Summer. Congratulations to her, ahead of her time.
What do you mean?
Don't worry, you'll start doing this when you get older. As soon as you become an adult, you start getting into crowded, congested situations. You go, you know what,
much.
I am out.
I want to go home.
Too much social anxiety.
And I woke up this morning and she'd left me a little note next to my bed. She said, dear Mum, I'm really sorry about the concert. I just got overwhelmed and I didn't mean to ruin your time. I love you so much and I'm really sorry. And then she's done one of those, like Jodie, spelt out Jodie. Yeah. Joyful, optimistic, delightful, incredible, enthusiastic. So remember all of those things, can you?
Yeah, wow. There you go.
Start having a go at me.
Okay.
Is she talking about the same Jodie we know?
Oh, right. That's interesting.
Jodie Foster, maybe she's talking about.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
So didn't get to see Pink, which I'm really disappointed about. But obviously kids sometimes just get, when there's a lot of people, get a bit, funny.
What about that as well? At least you would have had a nice cruisy passage home.
Oh, so easy.
And also the people that are watching you and Summer leave being like, how about those two who have left because Tones and I's done? They wanted to get out of there before Pink started.
Oh, my God. At least I didn't get home at 12:30 like Newsreader Abby.
Yeah.
Then set the alarm for 3 a.m. Hey, are you fading fast, doll?
I'm just getting to the point now. I'm like, could go a nap.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay. Someone who actually met Pink, I believe, last night was Nicole from Morfettvale. Good morning.
Good morning. How are we?
Yeah, good. You didn't leave before she took to the stage, did you?
Not at all. I was all up in her grill last night. It was amazing.
What happened?
So she had a stage came out like a big T, and I was at the end of the T basically. Yeah. And she was signing someone else's postcard, and I just took the opportunity. I was wearing one of her tour T-shirts from 2013. Yep. And I took the opportunity. I said, Pink, will you sign my shirt? Because I was right near her. And she said, sure. So I whipped it off. I threw it to her, and she signed it, and she threw it back to me. And she then, took another. Next time she looked over to me, she said, wow, you get dressed and undressed really quickly. Oh. And luckily I was wearing something underneath, like my little crop top thing. Yeah. It was bloody hot, so, I wouldn't have done it if it was freezing cold. Yeah. And then I said, Taylor who to her, and she just giggled and said, oh. And, it was amazing. She said, everyone's taller than me, because Willow came out and sang Cover Me in Sunshine with her. Oh. And she said, everyone's taller than me, even my daughter Willow. And I shouted out to her, what about Jameson, her son? And she said, oh, no, he's not quite as tall as me just yet. But yeah, it was amazing. We were just having this banter back and forth a couple of times. It was incredible. So that autograph, I'm going to have it. I'm going to take the shirt to a tattoo shop and get it tattooed somewhere.
Oh, that's nice. That's cool.
Somewhere. Any idea where?
Yeah. I don't know, because I already have quite a few tattoos. So maybe my wrist, I don't know. I need to have a think about it. But I'm never going to wash that shirt again. It's covered in sweat and horrible BO, but, I don't want to wash the shirt and lose her autograph. But it was funny. I got there to line up at 4:00 in the afternoon, and the people literally in front of me, basically in front of me, I could still touch the barrier of the stage. They got there at 1 a.m. to line up,
Wow.
and I got there at 4 p.m. and we were right next to each other.
Goodness.
Wow.
So, yeah.
They'd be filthy.
That is amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Nicole, it sounds like, from what I can take from that, you and Pink are pretty much really good friends
Catching
now.
up for coffee or what?
We are. We're BFFs. She's taken me to California to her vineyard at home.
Oh, very good.
Nice.
And,
Yes.
going to try some of her wine.
Yeah,
Perfect.
nice.
So, yeah, we're tight. We're tight.
Sounds good. Oh, I'm glad you had the best time, Nicole. Oh,
That's awesome, isn't
so
it?
jealous.
And do you know what is refreshing about all that?
What?
There's a lady at a concert who's taken her top off, thrown it on stage, and it wasn't Robbie Williams.
Are you ready?
A lot of people saying the best gig of all time. Is that fair enough, Newsreader Abby?
Yeah, haven't the Fringe really stepped things up this year? Nah, just kidding. Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. It was, absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Why?
She came out, she was full of energy. She had you laughing, she had you crying. She's really personable.
She insulted you. She complimented you.
She flew in the air. Like, what more could you want, essentially? But yeah, it was just a concert that you left just going, wow. Like, I've had no sleep and I feel great today. Yeah.
You said at one stage you looked up and she's like flying from one stand at the Adelaide Oval to the other side and then back up the middle.
Essentially, when she first came out, so there's like a mouth that's at the top of the stage, and she came out from there, and we were all like, "Oh my god, this is incredible!" Then she did another sort of acrobatics number where she wasn't strapped in; she just was on the the thing, like the piece of fabric, and they grab underneath arms
Silks.
and silks. That's the one. Thank you.
Seems dangerous, doesn't it?
But yeah, so she was on that. She wasn't strapped in. Like, it was just incredible. But then a friend of mine, Amy, who I was with, she kept going, "Nah, see, there's cords here," and I'm going, "No, that's at the footy, and they have the cameras, blah blah blah." She's not going to do that. Yeah, she did. So she literally flew from the stage out to the other side, sort of where all your corporate boxes are, to the other side, and then over above us as well.
What a freak. What an athlete.
She's really set the standard for the boundary riders, hasn't she, during the AFL season?
Yeah, exactly.
But she was
Set the tone. All of a sudden you see a young Sam Daddo from 5AA. There he goes. just trying to get that exclusive chat with Tex Walker.
Good old Sammy. But yeah, she was full of energy, and I think I love the fact that, she did come out when she was doing some of her slower stuff, and she's like, right, some of the love songs are coming on. If you hate love or you don't like this, go and get a beer. So the bars would have been pumping at that point, because you saw all the men go, right, I'm out. I don't want to be here for this. And, someone threw Tim Tams onto the stage. They were melted. Yeah. But she picks them up, she eats them, and I'm thinking in my head, what if there's not Tim Tams in there? Like, what are you doing? But she's someone who you feel like you're, watching a good friend perform. She was amazing.
Wasn't without its drama too.
Yes.
So early on, there are a few sort of heat stroke victims.
Yeah, so obviously we've just sweltered through a very hot night. I was checking the temperature at 9:20 p.m. It was still 32 degrees.
Whoa.
And I sort of, at first, we got standing tickets, and I'm thinking, I don't want to stand. What, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But it was probably the best thing because you had room. It was roomy. You could dance. Had a bit of wind. It was good.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But yeah, there was a few people who were really struggling at the front of the stage because obviously that's packed. And Tones and I, and credit to her, what a wonderful performer and just wonderful person in general. She stopped. She said, hey guys, this is my new song. And she stopped singing. Everything went black, and she said, we need help here. And then she got a little bit, not angry, I don't want to say angry, but I don't think anyone had acknowledged that they were going over to help who needed help. So she's like, hey guys, what's happening here?
Yeah.
And I guess that's the issue with having concerts when it is that hot. But what can you do? Like, they did have water tanks. They were in, I think, weird spots. I don't think that many people could get to them. Maybe it's something that Adelaide Oval need to look at for next time.
There you go. Abs, you were working last night as well, cruising around with the Nova
She
mic.
never stops.
Caught up with some punters.
Oh my God, she just sang so well, and it was amazing, and she sang, like, she flew all above us. Amazing.
What was your favourite song?
All of them. Don't have a favourite.
How amazing was she when she flew over the crowd?
Oh, that was amazing. I wish I could do that, but I can't.
It was absolutely amazing.
Have you seen her before?
No, I have not. I was so excited to see her.
wish I could fly over the crowd.
Well, if you wanted to wrap up last night, one word you would say, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's,
Out of 10?
that's what everyone said. Oh, I reckon 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
There was a few songs she didn't play that I sort of would have liked to have heard, and a few of the friends I was with, Caitlin and Amy, said the same, but definitely had you up, had you singing. I was crying by song 3. It was all the feels.
Yeah.
It was all the feels.
There you go.
What a night.
What the fork?
What the fork?
What the fork is happening?
What the fork indeed, Joe.
What the fork, the accommodation edition. So these are those everyday things that you go, what the fork is that about? Have you ever rented an Airbnb apartment / accommodation? Our camera guy Josh has, and you need to tell everyone what happened.
Sure thing. So this happened this weekend. I went away for a little buck stew.
Ooh, someone's
nice.
getting married.
It's coming. And when I arrived, the host met me and said, hey, just so you know, I'll be coming and visiting 3 times a day because my brother lives in the shed and has dementia.
No, I don't think...
Incorrect.
Yeah, she didn't release that information before you got there, did she?
That was not mentioned on the listing, no.
So, okay, she's effectively saying, I'm going to be here 3 times a day to check in because my brother lives right next to the house.
Yeah, like literally, like there.
Yeah.
Oh my
That'll be like
God.
me saying, hey, yeah, you can stay in our spare room. Oh, yeah, that's right. My 4-month-old's in there and he wakes up every 18 seconds and cries.
That is outrageous. So what was your response?
Well, we just told her, look, we're probably not comfortable with this.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, it's not against the rules. I've read the rules, which is obviously the defense of a person who's in the right.
Yeah.
And so we packed up and we left and we set up a bunch of tents in my friend's backyard.
Wow.
So does that mean, do you still have to pay for it though? Because you pay before you get there?
Well, she said that because I'm pulling out, she's keeping my money.
What?
But
That is, oh my God, that is so outrageous.
yeah. And the fun thing about Airbnb is like you try to get your money back from them and they say, hey, try and reach an agreement with your host first. I'm like,
Right.
I would rather die.
Yeah.
Do you know what they do? It's effectively, Airbnb is a parent that says, you know what? I'm going to lock you kids in the room, sort it out. Right?
But yeah, you can leave reviews and that sort of stuff, can't you, as well?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So I might have done that.
Yes.
And I might have got a very angry phone call yesterday.
Because you left an honest review.
I was totally honest about what happened, and she called me up and said, I had 100% rating before you. You've taken me down to a 92. I used to be a super host.
Not anymore, you old witch.
That is outrageous. 13 24 10, your accommodation adventures. What's happened to you when you've tried to rent a place? How have things gone pear-shaped?
Best call as well, Joe. It's tickets for you and 3 mates to Matt Tarrant at Gluttony. He's an absolute gun. He's a magician and mentalist.
Yeah, the only thing about Matt Tarrant is there'll be a man in the shed next to Matt Tarrant and he's got dementia, so we'll be checking in.
He'll take your money before you. 13 24 10 will take your calls. Next for What the Fork.
Let's go to Sam. Hey, Sam.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What happened?
Well, you know, as a good parent, we take our daughter to Taylor Swift and think we're really clever booking our accommodation before we even get tickets for the Melbourne concert. So we get that, like as soon as the concert's announced, book it in, come just before Christmas, and our accommodation gets cancelled. Just random, and apparently they can do that, Airbnb, and so they cancelled our accommodation. So we're madly scrambling to find more accommodation because, as you can imagine, Melbourne's very busy during Taylor Swift weekend.
Yeah.
We find another lot of accommodation 2 days before the concert. So 2 days before we're due to get on the plane, no communication, have no idea how we're going to get into this apartment, got nothing from the host.
Yeah.
The day before, so we've been communicating with Airbnb too, the day before we're set to leave, we find one place and stock standard apartment, 1 bathroom, and they charge us $800 a night
What?
for accommodation that is usually $120, $140 a night. But we're in such a bind, you've got no choice, and it was just ridiculous. So I said, never again Airbnb when there's a major event. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
Price
that's
gouging
tough.
at its worst, isn't
It
it?
is price gouging. There's a few stories emerging about that because you'd think that the early bird has done a really, really good thing, but maybe not so.
Yeah. Hey, Bridget.
Hi, how you going?
Good. What happened to you?
Well, I had an opposite sort of experience. I'm a host of accommodation, and I was the 30th of December, so 2 days before New Year's Eve. Went to my cleaner called me and said we can't get into the property. They haven't checked out yet.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'll come in and I'll check it out. Went up to the apartment, door wide open, long gone, nothing, completely trashed and stripped my apartment.
Oh,
in the city.
God.
So then what happens in that
even
situation?
Took the paint. They took my towels, they took my linen, they took paintings off the walls, they even tipped out the sugar and took the sugar jar.
Oh, my God, Bridget, that's awful. So did they have a... Because I'm not 100% au fait with how this works, but don't you have to have a rating or something? Did they...
Yeah, so I go through, like, I've got my own website, so I'm a professional accommodation business, so not just through Airbnb.
Yep.
So I took this booking through our website. I had their driver's license, I had their credit card, but it was all stolen information, so we had no idea. And they've tried to book 5 times since in other properties of ours, and they actually got into one of our properties with another stolen credit card. They slipped through my net yesterday. I found out, saw them on the security camera and called the police.
Wow.
And they'd all just ripped off a property in Hahndorf 2 days ago. They are repeat offenders. They're stealing cars. They're stealing driver's licenses. They're stealing credit cards.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's really hard. I can understand these people with these difficulties. I've just heard some terrible examples of how Airbnb hosts are not doing the right thing, but we've also got to be so careful because they can clean out our properties in 2 days.
All right.
Yeah, spot on.
That's awful.
Nightmare, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Jeez, you'd hope that doesn't happen to anybody else.
No, that's very ordinary.
But unfortunately, there's not much you can do when all the information is there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
There you go. Thank you for sharing your stories.
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
What's in the news today?
Your post-snooze news.
Yes, this is a little roundup of all the things you need to know for your Wednesday morning. Let's go to Abby in the newsroom first and foremost. What you got?
So obviously we had Pink last night at Adelaide Oval, and what a night it was. She just painted the town pink. It was incredible. She is off to Perth next for her summer carnival tour. There's conflicting reports. She came out and talked. She said something about all 44,000 of you, but we were expecting 60. So I'm just trying to wait for confirmation to see how many people rocked up.
Okay.
There are some questions around this morning though, just in regards to concerts like this and the heat, because Tones and I had to shut her pre-show entertainment down, and was basically standing on stage going, "Can someone answer me and tell me that they're going to help these people down the front?"
Yeah.
There were water stations. There were free water stations that they were touting, but they were at the very front of the stage. So if you're 10 lines deep at the back, you're not going to be getting to water easily. But apart from that, also one of the hottest nights. It's still 33, 34 degrees. We're meant to be seeing a cool change sweep through a little bit later, but still going to be up at the sort of 33, 34 degree mark today. So if you got through it, well done.
I know you're going to do a full wrap later on, but you said it was better than Ed Sheeran.
This, to be honest, one of the best concerts I've ever been to. I've always said, Beyonce was so amazing. Beyonce was great, but there was a lot of theatrics. I went to her Mrs. Carter World Tour.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran I loved, but it kind of, I don't know if it got to the point I'm like, all his songs kind of sound the same. I'm a little bit bored. But Pink was just... Yeah, I know. I'm such a... Anyway. But Pink just kept you entertained. And yes, she did some of the slower songs. And she said to people, if this isn't your thing, go get a beer now. And you see all the men get up and go, we're going to get beer. We'll be back in a bit.
Yeah.
But she was just absolutely incredible. And I think I forgot how much I lent on her music at a really tough time in my life back when I was a teenager. So by song 3, I'm bawling my eyes out, just going, wow, like this is just bringing back all of the memories.
Yeah. Song 3, I was home in bed.
I'm so sad for you.
Newsy.
So sad for you.
We'll talk about that a little bit later. What about this? Former Prime Minister Scott Morrison has teared up while thanking a long list of family, staff and other supporters during an emotional final speech to Parliament. And it wasn't without its Taylor Swift references as well.
It is true that my political opponents have often made me see red, often when subjected to the tortured poets who would rise to attack my reputation. In response, I always thought it important to be fearless and speak now, or forever hold my silence and allow those attacks to become folklore.
Oh, my gosh. So he's like, hey, everyone, I just quoted a heap of Taylor Swift. Love me. Oh, what? But it's Taylor Swift. Come on.
A lot of people doing that at the moment, just inserting Taylor Swift references into everything they do. But, interesting one. He said he's leaving politics without any bitterness, but he has more than his fair share of scars after 16 years in the business.
Well, hopefully he shakes it off and moves on to the next chapter.
Stop it.
Good one, Scott. Good one.
Anyway, when you think of him, what do you think of his legacy? How will he be remembered, do you reckon?
I think he's the dude that went on a holidays to Hawaii when the country was genuinely burning to the ground.
I know, yeah, that and also him playing the ukulele.
Also,
he tackled that kid.
Yes, I was about to say that.
You big clumsy sack of potatoes.
All I can think of is I don't hold a hose mate is the comment that just comes to my mind.
I don't hold a hose mate.
That's what he said when people said you're over in Hawaii, you weren't here for the fires.
That's right.
And he said I don't hold a hose.
Ooh, okay.
Well, maybe you should.
Oh, there you go.
Newsy.
Let's just wrap this up. 10 o'clock this morning, actually 9:30 our time. Sam Powell-Pepper is going to front the tribunal for his hit on Crows defender Mark Keane. This is going to be very, very interesting. A lot of people saying, they should make an example of him given the Brayshaw stuff.
Yeah.
But it's been around for a long time, the importance of head-high contact. So that shouldn't have a bearing. In saying that, it's a 3-week minimum.
Yep.
3 weeks, I reckon he deserves. He might get 4 though.
Yeah, right. Okay. And so have we established how long of the season proper he'll miss, or we don't know?
Oh, God, what an absolute mess that is.
Yeah.
Let's just wait and see exactly what happens and see if we can get a proper response from the KGAFL. I'm not sure they know, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, watch this space.
So you can imagine what Sam's sitting there thinking.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Sam's just like, someone just tell me how many weeks I'm sitting
Exactly.
out. I don't even care anymore.
Jodes, here's Christian Bale from American Psycho.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Yes.
Ooh.
He's absolutely insane. And he's done something very, very unusual for a celebrity. Which we'll talk about after 7 o'clock. But while we are on the topic of psychos, here's a headline that didn't surprise me at all. There could be far more female psychopaths than previously thought. As I'm in amongst 4 beautiful ladies.
Be very careful. From the Batuta Advocate, because this is wrong.
This is not satirical. Well, it's commonly believed that more men are living with the condition of psychopathy. One expert believes women are not being recognised as often due to their subtle, less obvious behaviour.
So we're smarter psychopaths.
Well, did I say it wrong?
No, but did a man write this?
What do you mean? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he did. I don't think a woman did. She should be batting for the other women, surely. Finally, it's some bloke who's just really having a tough time, isn't it? There could be a great deal of female psychopaths out there. It's just harder to spot them. It's from Dr. Clive Body. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
He's an expert on psychopaths in the corporate world. He explained that we not be able to spot the condition in women because their behaviour is just a little bit more subtle.
See, we're clever about it. That's the thing.
It's your eyes, I reckon.
Is it?
Yeah.
What makes us psychopaths, though?
Well, I think for you, I reckon for you, News Red Ab, it's your obsession with true crime. That's probably a bit of a dead giveaway, isn't it?
What's wrong with that?
What do you mean? Your dream is to one day be the subject of the podcast.
Essentially, yes.
You too, producer Emily.
Either like first on scene or find them or...
Yeah, I don't want to be the subject of it. I want to solve a crime.
Do you know what I always say? How depressing if like someone's going through a podcast and your episode comes up and they skip it
because it's so boring.
So, like, when you first brought this to our attention, I was like, that is ridiculous. Women are not psychopaths. But then when I assessed you two and your absolute obsession with true crime and the fact that you both have to get up at an ungodly hour and you scare the bejesus out of yourself by listening to said podcast, I think you're onto something, Andrew Hayes.
But also diversion.
Classic.
Diversion.
I'm just being subtle.
Classic psychotic behaviour.
If you ask any of my ex-boyfriends, they'd agree with you.
Yeah,
I'm an
wow.
absolute psychopath. You know what I did this morning? Driving in, I've had no sleep because of Pink last night, and I'm listening to a podcast, and then I had to shower at work this morning, and I honestly thought someone was going to come through that bathroom door. I just had this feeling of someone's there out watching me. There's no one here. No one in
That
the
was
building.
hazy.
Psycho.
Yeah.
You know, he's been very silent in this situation as well. Producer Zoe.
Yeah.
Classic psychotic behaviour. Just taking it all in. Very subtle.
You know what the issue is that we have to turn into psychos sometimes because you don't listen,
Yes, that's
number
true.
one. Number two, we ask multiple times for you to do things or whatever, and we have to ask you all the time to get things done, and that's why we changed Psycho.
Well, thank you very much. I do like this haircut. I just got it. I think we can all agree that in this team there's a bunch of psychos. Can we agree on that? Wait, hang on. Get away from me. Go, get away from me. Oh, no, not the face. Not the face. I've had enough. Abby, I've had enough. Boop, dead. Can we talk about Christian Bale just for a second, because he is one of the great actors.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Sure is. That's him in American Psycho.
Would you like to hear the specials?
Not if you want to keep your spleen.
Oh, my goodness.
What a character he played in that.
Settle down, Christian. He's worth $120 million. Guess what sort of car he drives?
Oh, it'd be something fancy like a Ferrari or something like that, surely.
Absolutely not. A 2003 second-hand Toyota Tacoma.
Wow.
Which I guess is the equivalent of a Hilux.
Yeah, it's a pickup truck.
Yeah, right.
But really, really old.
Yeah.
And by this particular report as well, he bought it second-hand.
Second-hand Hilux. Wowee, Christian. You're worth $120 million. What are you thinking?
Yeah, just one of those situations where he's like, I don't care how much money's in the bank. I love my Tacoma and I'm not parting ways with it.
Absolutely.
You know, there's probably a significant other saying, it's time for you to ditch the Toyota and move on, Christian.
I guess people can have a real emotional attachment to their first cars though, can't they?
Yeah.
Attachment to a lot of things really that you just can't let go of, which is what we'd like to talk to you about this morning on 13 24 10. What can't you let go of?
Yeah, and sometimes it takes like an intervention from your significant other or maybe some friends where they just go, you know what, enough's enough. You're at the age where you should really let some things go. Can I go first?
Please do.
For me, it was hoop neck T-shirts.
Oh.
That was, I think that was a little bit cool back in 2010.
Hoop neck T-shirts. I
man.
think this is because you're quite partial to your pecs. You quite like them and you quite like to show them off. Am I right?
Well,
Tell me I'm wrong.
There might be a little bit of that. 13 24 10, what can't you get rid of? We've got some epic prizes up for grabs for the best caller. I had an intervention with my wife, and I reckon a little bit of feedback from the team here as well about hoop neck T-shirts.
Yes.
To the point where Cara had to go through my wardrobe and basically
just get rid of them.
Physically get rid of them. And the other one for me is some of the brands that I used to wear.
Go on then.
Which I can't do anymore.
Yeah.
I was wearing a Stussy shirt the other day,
I
which
was
got some
going
heavy
to
feedback.
bring that up, like Stussy.
Yeah.
The early 2000s called and they want their cool brand back.
Yeah, I missed the call. Sorry,
Yeah.
didn't answer that call. Also, I've got some Mad Huey's tank tops.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
My wife's like, champion. I think she championed.
Champion.
Listen, champion, you're pushing 40. No. You're not going out in public in that.
Yeah.
So you can wear them around the house.
Yep.
But don't you dare step foot outside. But I will not let go of these shirts.
My husband has some hockey cards that he collected as a kid, and he likes to say that they're our superannuation. That's what he's going to sell when we're older.
Because you bought them for $5 and now they're worth $7.
Yeah, I know, exactly. 13 24 10, give us a call this morning. What can't you let go of?
Right, best caller as well this morning on 13 24 10 will win an ultimate fringe pack for you and three mates. We're talking Arch Barker, Stephen K. Amos and the best of Ed. Give us a call. What can you just not get rid of in the spirit of Christian Bale, who's cruising around in a 21-year-old crappy pickup truck?
Good on him, I love that.
Love that.
Christian Bale has an extremely surprising vehicle. He drives a 2003 Toyota Tacoma, which is like a Hilux, really.
Basically like a Hilux, a really old, beaten-up Hilux. If it's 21 years old.
The man's worth $120 million, and he's getting around in a beat-up old truck.
You've got to appreciate that.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
He also likes to drive around in a really old pickup truck.
Yeah. There are just some things in life that you can't let go of. It's one of those aggressively low hoop neck T-shirts.
I like to show off my sternum every now and then. I think the people want to see my sternum. What about just to paint a picture? There's four ladies in the room. It was a collective shake of the head.
Yeah.
Like you guys were in sync.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Nice.
Did your wife actually went through your closet and just cleaned them all out and said, that's enough?
I think she got rid of a few of the hoops. Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay, fair enough. 13 24 10, let's do this morning. What can you not let go of? Let's go to Jessie from Parafield Gardens. Hey, Jessie.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. What are you holding on to?
You know the clamp that the hospital puts on your baby from the umbilical cord?
Yeah.
I've still got my daughter's with a little bit of the umbilical cord on there.
Oh, my God.
After it fell off. I can't get rid of it.
What is it? How big is it? And what is it doing? It'd just be like a little piece of almost a little bit of
It's a tiny
charcoal.
little scribbled up thing, scribbled up, but it's in Glad wrap, and I've just packed it away.
Yeah, just for a special occasion.
It's 12 years old at the moment. And it smells.
It's aging. It's aging beautifully.
It's aging really good.
Oh, okay. Maybe time to let that go, Jessie, I think. Oh, no.
No, I don't think so.
My mother-in-law's still got my husband's first stitches.
What?
Yeah, from when he had a hockey fight.
That's strange.
Isn't it?
What about your kids' teeth?
Yeah.
Have you got any of your kids' teeth?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I've got other kids' teeth as well.
Oh, do you-
Too far.
Okay, you psycho. Donna from Marion. Good morning. What can't you let go of, Donna?
My microwave, believe it or not.
That sounds a little bit dangerous. How old are we talking here, Donna?
Yeah, I think you could be right there. We got it in 1985.
You got to watch out, Donna.
I know.
Whip up some popcorn,
Oh, dear.
and then all of a sudden, oh yeah. Although they probably made them much better back then.
Probably.
They're made to last.
So, Donna, is it... I'm just trying to think, the old microwaves, didn't you used to turn a dial? It wasn't actually
No.
like digital? Is it?
That is the crazy thing about it. It is digital.
It is digital. Okay.
It is digital, yeah. And it is still going, well, I believe strong.
Okay. Oh, hang in there, Donna, I reckon.
It's good.
Why not? Amber from Elizabeth East. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We're good. What can't you let go of there, Amber?
I can't let go of my time zone tickets from back when I was like 9, 10 years old. So this is back in like 2006. You can't even use them anymore to claim your toys. I just have them in a box.
So what would happen? What if happened if someone was to get rid of them? Like, how heartbroken would you be?
Well, my partner's actually tried to get rid of them a couple of times when we've moved house.
Yeah.
And I've been like, no, not doing that. I don't even know why I'm keeping them at this point. It's just, I don't know. I'd be heartbroken if I threw them out, I think.
It's me or the time zone tickets.
A little time stamp, I guess.
Oh, I just love the thought of Amber going down to like the beach house and having them laugh in her face.
I'm sorry, these expired 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 years ago.
Oh, thank you so much, Amber. I think I think perhaps we send Jessie along to the Fringe, don't you think?
Okay,
With her
Jessie.
daughter's umbilical cord.
Yeah, Jesse, so we've got some tickets for you and 3 mates. You're going to see Arch Barker, Stephen K. Amos and the Best of Ed, fringe.com.au.
Awesome, thank you.
But you have to take along your daughter's umbilical cord.
Okay.
Sure.
Show Arch Barker, see what he says.
Yeah. See what sort of feedback you get from the comedians when you tell them. Good on you, Jessie. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
It's your birthday. Nova's birthday payday. It's your birthday.
Yes, everyone has a birthday, so everyone can win. Emma from Tusmore, I need to confirm, first and foremost, that you were born on the 5th.
Yes, I was.
Well
come on,
done.
Emma, let's go. Oh, I've just got a good old-fashioned feeling about you, Emma. We're so due for a win, by the way. Oh, that's different, isn't it?
Yep.
What exactly is that sizzling away on the barbecue?
That is...
Gosh, is that... It looks like a human leg. Is that a human leg?
It's the remains of Abby.
Oh, my God.
Who's just a shell of a woman after Pink last night.
And I've got to say, it smells delicious. I'll have a slice, thank you very
Has
much.
anyone seen my left eyeball?
No.
I've been missing it.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
It's cooking away in the Weber here.
Oh, okay.
Delicious.
Nice. Okay. All right, Emma. Were you born
Come on, Emma.
on the 5th
Come on, Emma.
of November?
No.
Oh, shame.
Come
Oh,
dear.
well.
That's okay, Emma, because you've still picked up a $100 Barbecue Adelaide Weber Stores voucher, which is nice.
Oh, that's good.
Amazing. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you for playing.
There we go.
Okay, would you?
We're very much due. We had 2 winners last week.
Yep.
And that means we're going to get to Thursday and we still don't have a winner.
Mm.
Like, come on. It's surely due tomorrow.
It's not okay.
Let me pray. Let me just pray a couple of times to the birthday payday gods tonight and just see what happens.
All right. Okay. Put it out there. Manifest, please.
Very good.
We're going back in time. Hazy's on this daisy. In time.
Oh! Oh, welcome to Wacky Wednesday, the On This Daisy version. Should we take a little trip down memory lane?
I think so. Strap in.
I'm driving. Don't you dare try and drive. Actually, I just need to do something else. So can you take the wheel?
Oh.
And I'm just going to eat a sandwich.
Oh, I'm not qualified to drive the Hazy On This Daisy bus.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Just steer the wheel.
All right.
Oh, watch out for that. Let's go back to 2003 on this day. That is the 28th of Feb. Australian cricket team won by a record 256 runs, defeating Namibia. In the one-day match, it was a little ODI. Darren Lehman scored 28 runs in the final over. Glenn McGrath claimed 7 for 15 in an ODI.
I just love watching Uncle Buffer go to work.
Oh, my gosh. But what about if you're the poor Namibians?
Yeah.
They're like, who are we playing?
Yeah.
Australia. Oh, my God.
It's just the second string team. Don't worry about it. In walks Darren Lehman. Bang!
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're like, oh, surely they'll play like a C-grade side. Oh, no. There's Glenn McGrath.
Ooh, ah.
A few blokes like, I'll never play cricket again after that.
Yeah.
Absolute PTSD. 2016, Leo DiCaprio wins his first Oscar for The Revenant.
And the Oscar goes to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Which you wonder whether that was just here. You know what? It's almost a lifetime achievement award at that stage.
Yeah.
Every single year it started to be like, oh, is he finally getting an Oscar?
I know. And also everyone's like, oh, he's so good in this movie. And I'm like, but it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I haven't even seen it.
No, I mean,
The Revenant.
That's why, because it's 3 hours.
2016, the 36th Razzies Awards. 50 Shades of Grey won Worst Film, Worst Actor,
Not
and
fair.
Worst Actress.
Totally unfair.
So I haven't
For all
seen
the for all the horny mums out there, that's not fair.
It's not about the acting, is
No,
it?
it's definitely
about the plot. Number one song on Feb 28th in 1993 was Informer by Snow. It's like, hello, good player. I lick you, blah, blah.
They'll lick you boom boom now.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yo, Snow, they came around looking for you the other day. Word, bust it.